Welcome back to Tabby's channel. I am super excited about today's lesson. It is making choices based off of your heart. Yes, heart-based choices. So far I've talked about walking your own path and not letting the things around you distract you or let the people in your life distract you or let them make the choices for you to make your own choices. Now let's talk about what those choices are and how we can find them. So, through meditation and through the course that I'm teaching, we learn that to clear our mind. And once we learn how to clear our mind, we can hear our heart and what our heart wants. And when we hear what our heart wants, we hear our true desires. And the fun thing about that is that we get to take those desires and we get to have a life and create a life around us that we truly, absolutely want. So, how many people, including me, okay, have actually gone through life making decisions and then realized that you truly didn't want that? This person, this person has. So, when we clear our minds, we can start seeing what our heart truly wants and what that looks like. And then we start building a structure that works for us. And I really like saying building a structure because it kind of looks like this: things that work for you. So life's hard. And every day we wake up, we get a little bit of a challenge in finding and making sure we stay on that right path. So, like for me, I get up in the morning, I take a shower, I actually clean first. I vacuum my house, do the dishes. I do a thing called an oil pull. I make hot water. I drink some hot water with lemon or lime, whatever I'm feeling and the balance of that to be. And then I make coffee. And then while my coffee is sitting and chilling, I usually sit down and I meditate. And when I meditate, the first thing I do is go through a couple of sayings that work for me. And I really, really focus on what I'm truly, truly grateful for. And that was in one of my other lessons. So I go through my life and I think of things that I've already done and I've already had in my life and what I'm grateful for. And then I focus on the things that I want and what I'm grateful for in the future of what I'm going to be receiving. So the good thing about that is that when you that's called manifestations, and that's actually going to be my next lesson on how to manifest what you truly truly want. But being in that moment where you're making heartfelt decisions, guess what you're doing? You're allowing yourself to mentally be happy. Yeah, you're choosing a life that will mentally prepare you to be happy and joyful every day. And what that means is you wake up. I wake up every morning. I feel motivated and I actually already know what I'm going to do for the day. I take a moment for being grateful for that. And then I do things. And what those things are that make me joyful, which is awesome. I'm not saying that I'm perfect and I go through every day and I have those choices already planned out for me. And it's not that it's not up and down the hilly road. It takes work. It takes focus. It takes when you're getting that mind starting to come over you and those doubts that you had coming back to you. You go back to the basics. You sit down, you clear your mind, and let your heart start making those choices for you. And that's what it truly is clearing your mind. Stop listening to the mind or the preconceived ideas that you have to feel, you have to have in your life. It's releasing those old thoughts, those old perceptions, and start making choices based on what your heart truly wants. So I'm going to kind of use myself as an example. So I get up in the morning, I meditate, I do my pull. I usually do some work. I do my videos. I go on and I connect with people. I talk to people. I answer people's questions. And that actually really, really, really is my heart choice. It's truly my heart choice to help people. That's my truth. And I also get to heal. I get to heal people by touch and moving energy. And it just feels so amazing. You'll also learn how to do that in healing yourself through my meditation course. So what's that look like? So we have our mentally. We block out that mental capacity that we already had, that preconceived ideas that keep telling us, no, you can't have that. But guess what? You can have whatever you want. You can build a life of whatever you want. And that's where the heart-filled choices come in. Now let's talk about physically. Now physically, how do you physically feel? How do you physically choose to live? I have a lot of people that I work with and they're like, oh, I hate exercise. Then don't exercise. Well, then how do I get, that six pack? Stop thinking that preconceived idea that a six pack is what you're supposed to have. I tell people to go out and have fun. Remember that lesson when I said find your inner child? The whole point of finding your inner child is so you do things and you get up off your butt and you go have fun and you have joy. Some of my best ideas, some of the things that come to me while I'm out playing are the best ideas. And you know why? This is what happens. You take a minute in your life, you let go of all the stress and worries of the day, and you just focus on being happy and doing something you love. And when you do that, you're reinforcing that joy in your life, you're reinforcing that heartfelt decision, and things come to you naturally from here of what you truly, truly, truly want. The next thing I wanted to talk about is when you start making those choices and being present. Be present. Did you know that if you can't be present and enjoy your right now, and you're always looking in front of you, you're going to miss out on a lot of stuff in your life. You're going to miss out on that truth, that beauty, that heart-filled choice, because you're so focused on what you don't have in front of you that you forgot what you have right now. Isn't that the truth, though? Let me say that one more time. You are so focused on what you have in front of you that hasn't come to you yet that you forgot to stop and think about what that heartfelt choice is now. So I know, I believe, and because I feel it in my heart. That's something that I say to myself every day. I know and I believe because I feel it. I feel it in my heart. And then that feeling and that knowing and that believing what's in my heart actually brings out my desires. And those desires I bring into my world, and I talk about them into existence using positive words, positive reinforcement, manifesting. And it's actually been wonderful. So one of the things that I like to do to help me with this and make those heartfelt choices is that I choose not to make words be in a negative context when I'm referring to myself, when I'm referring to my growth, when I'm referring to my heartfelt choices, because heartfelt choices don't feel bad. If you're going to do something and you get that nauseating feeling and you don't feel like it's your truth and it's not something that you truly want to do, guess what? You probably shouldn't do it. You probably shouldn't do those things because it's not what you truly want. Now, sometimes, I'm not saying don't do something that's hard. Life is hard, but it doesn't have to be. By taking the choices and making sure that we're fulfilling the desires in our hearts, each one of those choices and each one of those steps that we do through our lives create one small step, then 5 steps, and then the next thing, the 10 steps later, the 20 steps later, we get that desire, that heartfelt choice that we want. And here's another thing. It's not just about manifesting and having the desires that are going to come to you from your heart. When you're living from your heart and you're joyful and you're happy, it doesn't matter what the people in the world around you are doing. It doesn't matter what's on the news. It doesn't matter what everything else is going on, because you're living in your truth and your happiness. And when you're living in your truth and your happiness, guess what? You live a joyful life. And that actually is the secret. If you, every day you wake up and you make choices that are heartfelt, not only are you going to live your desires out and feel true happiness, but your joy and your happiness is going to spread. And the people in your life, you're going to just be joyful and happy towards them. So you're actually going to be able to be joyful and happy for other people. And when you're joyful and happy inside yourself, when somebody comes up to you and they want you to be this person or that person, and you're like, no, that's not who I am. I am this person. This is the person I want to be. Then you actually get to do it. And then other people's opinions don't matter so much to you anymore. And remember how I was talking about a few episodes ago about being selfish? Guess what? It's okay to be selfish. Because if you're being selfish, you're fulfilling yourself and your own desires. Now, if the person next to you is saying, oh, how come you're just going to disregard everybody else? Guess what? They're being selfish in themselves because they're not allowing themselves to fulfill their desires and their truth and their happiness. And that's something that they need to take care of on their own. And I'm actually going to read a quick passage for you real quick. And this is coming from a book that I've read probably 3 or 4 times. And every time I read it, I've gotten something new out of it, just like any good book, you know. You ever read a book and the first time you're like, oh, that was amazing. And then you read it again and you're like, oh my God, I got so much more out of it. And then you read it again and you're like, holy shit, how many times can I read one book and get something out of it? But this particular passage is going to explain, and I think that her name's Allison Holley. She wrote the book. It's called The True Creator. And the point of this book is to tell you, hey, you can be whoever you want. You can build a life however you want. You are your own true creator. You can build the world around you in your truth. And that's the point. It's your truth. It is your desires. It is your path, not Bob's path or Ryan's path. It is your path, your choice. And that's the great thing. So this is another one. Start taking responsibility for yourself. Okay? And we'll talk about that later. But to start making choices from your heart. Does it feel good? Does it feel bad? Making those choices from your heart are going to guide you in a way. So I picked this passage and I'm just going to read it from you, and I'll show you the cover. So if you ever want to read this book, it's a great book, and please feel free. So it says, our narrow focus is open and we desire new challenges to channel our creativity in an expanded way. Just like a child grows out of old toys in favor of greater complexity, our soul outgrows forms of trauma and we seek more expansive ways to fulfill our unhurt desires to create. In a sense, we mature and look for an expression that we can bring our growth and wisdom to. Man, what a powerful little pullout, right? So here's the question. How much drama do you have in your life? Does drama feel good to you? It doesn't feel good to me. It actually feels like a child's game. You know, the negative news on the TV. And almost now for me, when I watch it, I laugh and I think it's silly that the way people act in their lives. People are so focused on what's going on out there. And they're so sad. And are you that sad person? Are you that person out there that is sad, depressed, angry? Guess what? All those things, all those emotions are your own. And guess what? It's because you're letting the world around you. So all that drama and that fiery thing that keeps you pulled in out there, that's one indication that you're not living with your heart-filled choices. So I'm going to read this part one more time because it is super, super important, okay? Our narrow focus opens and we desire new challenges. When you start living in yourself and you have heart-filled decisions, you're creating for yourself. That's what that's saying. New desires and new challenges. You get bored of the drama. You see drama as silly and actually just kind of just pointless. It's absolutely pointless to have drama. It's absolutely pointless to talk bad about somebody or criticize somebody or go out and even say a word towards somebody that is in a negative way. When you start living through yourself and look in the mirror at yourself and make every choice that you make within yourself, all that other stuff fades away and you no longer are living in this world of unjoyful things. You start living in a joyful world because you get to pick what you're giving your energy to. So I like to give my energy to people that want to grow, that want to change. I like to give my energy to those around me who want to live in a joyous world. I don't like giving my energy to the person that says that they want to help themselves. I want to help myself. I want to help myself. Woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. And the problem is they're looking for somebody else to save them. But here's the key. You have to save yourself. You have to find that creativity in yourself, and you have to heal yourself before you can heal others. So find that heart inside yourself. Stop looking for it in other people. Stop looking for it on TV. Stop looking for it in your political leaders. You are never going to be satisfied. You are never going to be satisfied until you start making heart choices from yourself. Get this out of your way. Start thinking with this, and then this will follow. I'm going to say that one more time. Stop thinking with this, start feeling with this, and then this guy right here will follow this guy right here. Okay, I just want to give a shout out for Allie Holy for letting me quote her book. I appreciate that, and helping me with my lesson today, because that was actually one of the best things that I found in her book the first time I read it. And you know what? It was funny, when I came across this, I realized how childlike and silly I was in my life. I realized, reading that whole part, I realized that I was actually depending on other people and who they are to try to find joy in myself. And then I realized I wasn't living my heartfelt choice. So thank you, Allison, for letting me use part of her book. It's called The True Creator, The Era of the True Creator. And the book is truly about creating a world around yourself, for yourself, to bring joy and happiness to yourself. So if you want to read it, hit me up. It's on Amazon. Just look it up. It's a great book. I've read it a few times. There's great messages in there. And believe me, the first time I read it, there are some things in there I'm like, oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. The second time I read it, I was like, oh, I get that now. Now that I'm not worried about everybody else around me and I'm thinking about myself, now I understand this a little bit better. And then I read it again after some more growth, and I was like, oh my God, wow, mind blown. So enjoy the book if you want to read it. But here's the best thing, and this is the main thing I want out of this. When you make choices from your heart and not from your mind, then you start being able to create your world and find joy in this world that you live in now. So if you're somebody that is really having a hard time saying, I'm not from this planet, this is not the way I want to live, this world isn't right, guess what? You're right. The world that you are living in at that moment isn't right. It isn't your world. It isn't your focus, your heart. So first, clear your mind, follow your heart, and create the world around you based off of those heart decisions. Everybody is out there saying, if only the world could do this, only the world can do that. Guess what? This world starts here. You want that world to change? Then you got to change. You want this world to be joyful and happy and not stressful? No anger, no violence. You want your kids to walk down the street without you worrying and playing in the dark and not even care what time they come home because it's just a joyful world. Guess what? You got to start here. And that's the part, is you got to start within yourself, create a world around you, and build a structure that works for you. Now, easier said than done sometimes. You're probably looking at me going, oh my God, I don't even know where to start. Guess what? Here's one way to start. Sign up for my 8-week course. You sit down, you learn how to meditate, you learn how to clear this. Then you learn how to think with this. Then you learn how to manifest. And I'm not just talking about tomorrow I'm going to manifest a beautiful day. I'm talking about tomorrow I'm going to manifest money coming my way. I'm going to manifest the rest of my life being joyful. I have back pain. I'm going to take care of that back pain. I'm going to let my body heal. I'm going to manifest it. And I'm going to accept it and be thankful for it and grateful for it before I even get it, because I get to do that. I get to live in the world that I want, and I am so grateful for that. Thank you once again for joining me. Once again, that's Tabby, TABIHOWARD.com. Please sign up for my course. It's 8 weeks long. It's beautiful. It's on Sundays at 10 a.m. or 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Learn how to heal yourself within yourself. And once you can learn to heal yourself within yourself, then you can start helping others. And that's the beautiful thing, is that we all get to choose how we help each other. We actually get to choose how we heal. Take that first step. Let's clear that mind. Let's get grounded to the earth. Let's start making those heart-filled choices. Let's heal our body and do things the right way and have a joyful life. Thank you again once again for your time. I would love some comments, whatever you want to say. Any questions, hit me up. I will respond. Thank you again. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, a joyful day, and meet me on Wednesday nights. Go to my website if you just need some guided meditation. Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, I'm doing guided meditations to help manifest, to help clear your mind. Hit me up, sign up, tabbyhoward.com/meditation. I hope to see you there. I'm grateful for your help, and let me give to you my gift.